My Winding Wheel by Ryan Adams can be played a variety of different ways. The way that I'll be showing you here is the way that I've seen him most commonly play it whenever he's playing acoustic in videos that I've seen on the internet. You're going to use an alternate tuning for this. Your first string will stay at an E, your second string will stay at a B, your third string will stay at a G, fourth string stays at a D. Your fifth string, though, is going to drop down to a G. It's typically at an A, it will drop to a G. And then your sixth string drops to a D, because I suspect that's what he's done. Like, this is almost open G tuning, with exception of the high one staying at E. I suspect that he drops his sixth string to a D, but the sixth string really doesn't play into these chordings and frettings at all, so you could completely remove this string. It's not going to change the tone at all of the song, but I suspect that he tuned it down to a D. Alright, the song is going to be in G, and the way that you're going to, the first set of chords that you're going to make that are the intro chords and also continue on into the first verse is you will pluck the open 5 string to get the G, or the kind of G tone, and then you're going to hammer on into what is typically like an A minor position, but with the G in the bass, it's kind of making it a G suspended or a C over G. And you're going to take your pinky finger and you want to plant it down on the first string 3rd fret to get another G in there. And that first finger will be planted there throughout most of the intro and verses. So I'm hammering on with my second finger to the 4th string 2nd fret, while also hammering on with my first finger to the 2nd string 1st fret, leaving an open 3rd string between. So you can hear that tone that it gets, and that's the intro, is just hammering down into that position, strumming across for a while, and then pulling off back into the G. And whenever I say back into the G, what I'm saying is, or meaning is, 5th string through 1st string, where you've got your first finger or your pinky finger planted on the 1st string 3rd fret. So the intro just shifts between this, which would be our C, or C over G, into the G chord. So you can hear how it hammers back down and pulls back off, and it just interplays with that throughout the verses. Now most of the verse is just holding on our C. And it'll hold for that through most of the verse and then pull off back down into the G. Now where the change comes is the walk up. It's going to be an A minor, but since we're in an alternate tuning, the real A minor is going to be played differently. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my second finger and I'm putting on the 5th string 2nd fret. I'm taking my ring finger and I'm putting it on the 4th string 2nd fret. I'm going to leave the 3rd string G open, and I'm putting my first finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. And then if you want to leave your pinky for this chord planted on the 1st string 3rd fret, you can, or you can pick it up. Either one would work. That E sounds a little bit out. Anyway. You can leave your pinky down or you can pick your pinky up. But this is your A minor chord. After it strums on that for a while, it will scoot up this exact same shape up 2 frets. So now I've got my second finger on the 4th string or the 5th string 4th fret, my ring finger on the 4th string 4th fret. I've got an open G string. I've got my first finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and here you do want to have an open 1st string. And again, throughout all these chords, you're basically wanting to keep the 6th string muted with your thumb or just not striking it. So you've got an A minor, this slides up 2 frets and becomes a B minor. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide these 2 fingers up 1 fret while leaving my first finger fretted where it's at, and strum from the 5th string down. So I've got my second finger on the 5th string 5 fret, my ring finger on the 4th string 5 fret, an open 3rd string, 2nd string fretted still on the 3rd fret with my first finger, and an open 1st string. And then you're going to move these 2 fingers up another 2 frets to the 7th fret, and you're going to put your first finger down behind them on the 3rd string 5th fret. And you'll hear Ryan Adams playing on this chord, kind of going with a bit more thumb picking in there. So what I'm doing is keeping this exact same these exact same notes fretted that I told you about earlier. I'm going 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and doing it over again, while also kind of plucking on the 5 string a little bit in between them, like. So anyway, you can play along with that or play around with that and get the timing right. After this chord, it then goes into the, or better still, you can be my winding wheel. You're going to slide your second finger and your ring finger back down 2 frets to the 5th fret along the 5th string and 4th string. The way that Ryan Adams plays this, if you watch live videos, he's actually got his first finger on the 4th string 5th fret and his second finger on the 5th string 5th fret, and he's playing it like that, which looks like a completely different chord if you're watching him play it. I'm just playing it like this for ease of effort because it's following where my fingers have already been for chord shapes. We're coming back down to there, and then sometimes Ryan Adams, for the next chord of Better Still You Can Be My Winding Wheel, he will open up these strings and play a G chord. So like 5th string through 2nd string. So, or Better Still. Sometimes, out of this chord here, which would be operating as a C chord for us, he will, instead of opening straight up to a G, he will walk down to just the 5th string 4th fret, leaving the pinky still on, or I'm using my pinky, leaving something still on the 4th string 5th fret. So either or. So that's or better still, or better still. And then he says, be my winding wheel, which you come back to this C shape or the C chord. It's not a C shape, it's C chord. And then walk down to the 5th string 4th fret, and then go to the 5th string 2nd fret with some finger. Here I'm using my 2nd finger, and I think that Ryan Adams also places behind it ring finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, and then back down in the G. So that's the walk down while he's saying be my winding wheel. So that can be my winding wheel. Back into the G, then it goes back into the intro chords of like G's and the C over G's. So that's how that would come together. During the solo part of the song, or kind of the bridgy, Ryan Adams tends to like hum or just kind of sing random riffs. It goes to an A minor chord. And this is the same A minor that we talked about earlier. It's fretted on different strings because we're in an alternate tuning, but 2nd finger goes down on the 5th string 2nd fret, ring finger goes down on the 4th string 2nd fret, you've got an open 3rd string, and then your 1st finger goes down on the 2nd string 1st fret. And those are the chords to My Winding Wheel by Ryan Adams.